So I went to RSS Shakha. He said it is very enjoyable, you play and all that. So after playing and all that, which was quite energetic, after the Shakha, the Pracharak or whosoever was there, he started abusing Gandhi and Nehru.
That's the so-called Bauddhic, right?
Bauddhic. Bauddhics are separate also and casual also. So casually they started
informal Bauddhic.
Informal. So I took it very seriously. I said, this is not the place for me. How can they say Nehru was wrong or Gandhi was wrong? Because they got us independence. There are so many positive values. After that, I never went to RSS Shakha. Babri demolition was, I thought, a different cup of tea. Tea or a poison, whatever you call it. Because this Hindu-Muslim problem can be a sort of a long-going problem. And at that time, what I saw, that Jai Shri Ram became a fairly aggressive slogan. Like in my house also, to our parents, mother, Ram Ram, Jai Ram, that used to be common greeting.
Very common, yes.
And Jai Shri Ram came as an aggressive slogan where Muslims' houses were burned. So that I could see with my own eyes what is going on in Bombay. Now this was a turning point in one way, not in the point of activism, but in the point as to what direction my activism should take. Where should I focus my energy? I also realized that this fascism of Sangh Parivar, RSS, it not just targeted against Muslims. Muslims are the most visible target.
Yeah, the first target.
And the other hidden ones are women's rights, Dalits, Adivasis. These are the hidden targets whose rights they want to reduce. So this journey which I was taking was giving me some sense of fulfillment. So
you became a kind of anti-communal star. Being religious and being communal are not the same thing.
Absolutely.
Can you say a few words about Oscar? His contribution is very big, I know.
He started writing extensively on issues related to Islam, Islam and peace, Islam and gender, communalism.
Right.
But believe me, Sujeet, he was a Muslim. I am an atheist. On the issues of communalism, we did not differ a single millimeter.
I personally learned from Ashgar Ali was that he used to give the famous example of Gandhi and
Maulana
Azad, yes, who were both religious but not communal.
Correct.
And Sir Syed Ahmad and on this side Savarkar. So Savarkar, who was personally not religious,
semi-atheist, one can say,
didn't seem to believe in anything.
हम कहते हैं इंसानों में इंसानों सा प्यार रहे, वो कहते हैं हाथों में त्रिशूल रहे, तलवार रहे. हम कहते हैं बेघर बेदर लोगों को आबाद करो, वो कहते हैं भूले बिसरे मंदिर मस्जिद याद करो. अब तुम पर है, कौन सी तुम आवाज सुनो, तुम क्या मानो.
So our guest today on this episode of Against the Grain is Dr. Ram Puniyani. Dr. Ram Puniyani is a medical doctor by training. He was in charge of, or one of the people in charge of the biomedical engineering department at IIT Bombay, apart from running the hospital for the students and staff. But Dr. Puniyani, apart from being a medical professional, is better known as someone who has campaigned relentlessly for several decades in the cause of communal harmony. His journey is fascinating, and we will ask him today, we'll start by asking him today, what led you on this path? What was the early inspiration, or what was the early impulses? Because you were a trained doctor, you had an MD in medicine. You could easily have been a doctor like any other doctor. So what led you down this very unusual path?
Yeah. See, there is a slightly long history related to my own development. And right from my childhood, I was seeing the poverty around. When I was going to school, going to market, near our house, there were slums. So that is first impetus which gave me that one should try to rectify the condition of the society. And I used to think, I don't know how it came to me, but I was a voracious reader at that time. So it came to me that life for oneself, everybody does. but one should do something for the betterment of the society. That idea ran parallel to my academic pursuits till I continued in all this. So initially, actually, I was thinking that I should become somebody like a missionary working in the remote areas of country amongst Adivasis and others.
You mean a religious missionary or missionary?
Not religious, but missionary in the sense of serving the people for medical. That was my first impulse. But later on, as I went deeper into literature, that literature, initially Hindi literature, I did some graduation in that also. So that led me to understanding the society much more deeply. Now, this got transformed when I came in contact with some of the books related to communism, related to society, teachings of Gandhi, Nehru, Bhagat Singh. When I went through all this, a picture started emerging that one should commit one's time, whatever is possible, for the social betterment. And in that, I, through my pursuit of with interaction with friends, because there were a lot of groups I was interacting, a lot of great thinkers I came in contact with. And with that, my conclusion, Sujeet, was that society can change only in a democratic atmosphere, number one. Number two, society can change only through the pressure of social movements. So I came to this particular conclusion. And of course, I became MD in medicine. After that, when I was talking to some of my friends.
I believe you are in Nagpur, right?
I was
Your
in
MD
Nagpur.
in medicine was from Nagpur.
It was from Nagpur Medical College. So by that time, the ideology of left was very dominating. If you remember, 1971, 70s.
In Nagpur also, because that's where the ideology of the right was also.
Yeah, ideology of right was there, ideology of Dalits was also there, and ideology of left was also there. So because of my readings, I chose to be close to the left. And right through my medical days, I thought of devoting my future life for the cause of society. That was just an idealistic thought. So, to give it the practical shape, first what I did after doing my MD, I planned to give up the job and work for the trade unions. So that was my conclusion. There's some social group which is deprived, or which has to face a social oppression of various types. One should try to enhance their power at a political level, at other level. So I got involved with the trade union work after my MD. And for 2 years...
In Nagpur. This is all still in Nagpur.
All this is Nagpur. So in Nagpur, when I was there, initially actually we formed a group called Spark Socialist Forum. So Spark Socialist Forum, initially it was just restricted to a Friday group discussion. Every Friday evening we used to meet. We used to call some outstanding personality in Nagpur or some visiting dignitary and have a discussion on the social issues. Social issues related to economy, caste system, communism, workers' rights, students' problems. So every Friday we used to meet. From that, a group emerged, as I told you, Spark Socialist Forum. And then Spark Socialist Forum, we also used to meet separately every Saturday, or once later on, we got an office courtesy one of our friend. So we started building a library and we started sitting there in the evening. So by that time, I had given up the job in Medical College Nagpur, and daily I used to be there.
So you were a lecturer? The job that you gave up was...
Yeah, I was, during my MD days also itself, I became lecturer in medicine. And so I had to take clinics, I had to take demonstrations, tutorials.
So your specialization was internal medicine? Or
yes,
internal medicine.
Yes. So that was one part of it. But then we started sitting in the office daily evening. During the day, it was a time devoted to visiting the factories, talking to workers about their problems. And in the evening, many students used to come. Why? Because we had that Friday group. Because of that Friday group, the word spread that some new group is coming. And if you remember the atmosphere of 1970s, there was a great curiosity about social movements, and youth were in turmoil about the future of the society. So I very favorably also contrast that period with the present period. That period I generally think period of coffee house.
Right.
And present period I call the period of cafe coffee day. So that is a way. Means,
well, what's the difference? The cafe coffee day is also a coffee house of some sort.
So on a half a cup of coffee, you sit and discuss for hours. As what is the problem of the society, which line is correct, pro-Mao, anti-Lin Piao, and things like that. Everything used to come in that. So that from medical college, which started, we had small group there also. But here, with Spark Socialist Forum office and library coming up, students used to come because they knew I was part of Friday group. So there, daily evening, I used to talk to 2 or 3 students about what is communism, what is Marxism, how society can change, what is our role in the society, and things like that. I used to discuss in detail with students. Now, so this was the beginning. Then our group decided that ultimately it is our workers which are the main vehicle of social change. So we should interact with them. So I started getting part of the unions. I became secretary of a couple of unions.
So when you said part of the unions, were you involved in their collective bargaining activity, or what was your role in this?
My role in this thing was to meet with the workers in their committee. They had an elected committee.
Yes.
So I used to be part of that. What type of agitation to take up, how to put forward our demands.
But you were not a worker there, so you were sort of an external.
Yeah, like that. That was a common pattern of most of the trade unions. Correct. If you see, the external person could become a president also.
Right.
But so far as he's putting the demands of the worker, he was welcome. So in that capacity, I was there in Nagpur, MIDC area.
So you were formally a part of those unions. You were a member of the union.
I was member of the union.
Right.
So then we also at intellectual level, now calling intellectual is presumptuous, but we started interacting with other groups of the country. As the word spread that some group is forming in Nagpur, many people started visiting us, many famous, this thing like newly forming groups, like one was Magoa. And incidentally, of course, Magoa I also knew because of that time my fiancée and later my wife, her brother was a part of Magoa. There was another person who was also part of Magoa.
So can you elaborate a bit on what Magoa is? What was it?
Magoa means search. That time amongst the leftists, there was a debate. Stalinism versus Trotskyism.
Okay.
So, of course, big things to be thought of. Lenin, Stalin on one other side, Trotsky on the other side. So there were groups like this, so Magoa was riddled with this problem. So Magoa friends also used to come.
But Magoa, was it specific to, because Magoa is like tracing history. So was it only about Stalinism and Trotskyism, or was it about specific currents within Maharashtra itself?
Yeah, it was a part of specific currents in Maharashtra also. See, in these groups, what happens? One is a discussion at theoretical level. Second is a practical involvement.
Right.
So in Magoa, there was a strong current which was working in Shahada area amongst Adivasis.
Where is Shahada? In
Shahada, Dhulia district.
Dhulia district. Okay.
So they were working there. And some of them were working in Bombay trade unions.
Right.
Workers' Democratic Union was one, where Thangappan was there. And
Thangappan of
Kamani Union. So these both things were there. So in our discussions, and that broadened our horizon, along with reading the literature very seriously, Marx, Lenin, Trotsky. So these two currents, as they were emerging in our thought, so Magua was not taking a particular line. It was a platform.
A discussion platform?
Discussion platform plus activism also.
Right.
Not just a discussion, but activism also. So in one of the big meetings of Magua, while the practical work continued to go, somebody suggested that we have very diverse ideas. So why don't we split up the group? We dissolve the group. So that somehow I was very new to all these discussions. So the Magua got dissolved. And meanwhile, I came in contact in Nagpur with two main friends called, one was Jairus Banerjee, second was Praful Bidwai. Even with Magua, there were friends like Sandeep Pendse and Sujeet Bhatt, who used to have whole day workshop with us. So that was quite enlightening and opening our minds. Then Praful Bidwai and Jairus Banerjee also came. They also had similar workshops. We begin from the morning, go on till the end, night.
So these were theory
Theory
classes,
Theory
you can
classes.
call them.
Yeah.
Marxism 101 type thing.
So this was all the milieu in which I was developing. But I had made up my mind to give up everything and devote to the movement. So meanwhile, then particularly Praful Bidwai,
Late Praful Bidwai.
very good friend of mine. So once we had him, after Magua, I joined this revolutionary Bolshevik circle. So this had many people from GNU, and Jairus himself was from Cambridge or this thing. So they were English speaking and things like that. So we had our workshop, 2-day meetings. These are quite frequent. So in that I had come from Nagpur. So one evening there was a meeting of activists, and there Praful proposed that I should shift to Bombay.
Right.
Meanwhile, Sujeet, I'll come back a bit to my medical college days. I forgot to mention one important point. The intensity for getting involved was so strong that even before my MD examination, 3-4 months earlier to that, one of my classmates, Manorama, her brother, she once over coffee told me that her brother is joining the party.
Which party are you talking about?
CPI.
CPI.
In Gandhinagar. Now that was a one sentence, but it hit me somewhere. I felt that that's what I have to do. So what I am doing here to do MD. So next day I stopped going to my duties. And I decided that I should join the party immediately. So what decided me was a meeting with Comrade Bardhan, who was a very brilliant speaker and totally committed comrade. So I met him, he heard me fully. Then he said, how much time is there? How many months are there for you to clear your MD? I said, 3 months or 6 months. Then he said, I suggest you complete your MD and then come and join the party. Of course, I completed the MD, but I never went back to the party because by this time I was exposed to multiple streams. And I said, let me take time to join any party. So then came all this involvement with trade unions, shifting to Bombay. And shifting to Bombay, then there were a lot of comrades like my brother-in-law. By that time I got married. Jitendra Shah was there, Subhash Kane was there, Anil Gokhale was there. So with them I used to go to factory unions and discuss their problems.
Right.
Plus also that time the idea was that we should also cultivate ourselves into better understanding of Marxism.
Right.
So these two things are going together. Now meanwhile, a personal crisis, not crisis but personal milestone came that in Bombay, my wife's cousin, he had a house and he was staying alone. So we shifted to his house and my mother-in-law, my wife, my brother-in-law, and we were staying together. So we got our first child. That time my father came to visit me because here relations with my family were not strained in the usual way.
They didn't approve of, or disapprove, I'm sorry. They didn't disapprove.
disapproved of everything.
They approved of it.
They disapproved of everything,
very supportive parents.
but supportive. So my father came to me and he saw that I am staying with my wife's cousin. So I have got a child also. Means he as a grandfather was happy that this is my first grandchild.
Right.
So he offered me that you can buy a house, and why you are staying here and all that, something you'll need a house. So he supported in me buying a house, and then I searched for a job. So first job I got in a research institute, which was okay, 10 to 4, 10 to 5. So remaining time I could interact with my comrades and relate to them at practical level and theoretical level. Meanwhile, I came to know that, of course, I was happy with this, but simultaneously, all the time was spent in, apart from family, all the time was spent in trying to develop one's understanding. So as I told you, I came to this understanding in over a period of years that democracy is the only option. Social movements are the only vehicle of change. So then this was going on with Revolutionary Bolshevik Circle. 1984, Bhopal gas disaster took place.
But in between, you also started working with the Union Research Group. No, that's another.
Yeah. Revolutionary Bolshevik Circle collapsed.
Okay.
Like this Marxist group
kept collapsing
and kept rebuilding.
Right.
So Revolutionary Bolshevik Circle was transformed into Union Research Group.
So tell us a little bit about what was the concept.
Concept was this, that in bargaining with management, management is equipped with all the consultants and all the manpower to guide them in dealing with the workers. But workers have no such mechanism.
Right.
So we should form a group which provides the workers with wherewithal and background knowledge for negotiating with the management.
So a kind of union consultancy?
Union consultancy. And we came out with issues on that also, URG bulletin. Up to 10, I remember, they came out.
Yeah, there was issues on leave and working hours. Correct. And DNS allowance schemes and so on. All kinds of nitty-gritty issues that involved trade union bargaining.
Correct. And so this URG collapsed with Bhopal gas disaster. Bhopal gas disaster because many of us felt that we should go and help the workers. That type of a Mother Teresa humanism, that also came up. There, 2 of our members were working on trying to investigate why this gas leak took place. And that was a very important conclusion from URG, that this gas leak has taken place mainly because of the lapses in manpower to control the production. Means management, in order to optimize expenses, had cut down the security staff. Security means chemical security. So they
were cutting corners.
They were cutting corners.
Taking risks.
So that's how it took place. But meanwhile, I and a couple of more people, mainly I took the lead in establishing a small clinic in the area. In Bhopal. I was trying to give them
kind of first aid or
physiotherapy, which was lungs.
Because their lungs were damaged and they had to.
So because of my medical knowledge, I brought that here. But URG collapsed. Our friends Jairus and Rohini, they had also to complete their doctorate, so they left abroad. Then actually that time I think you also started associating. So after this I became active in another group, Workers Solidarity Center Against Job Losses and Closures. Right in front of our eyes we were seeing that managements are closing down the factories. Production is not reducing. One classic example I'll give you. So we were investigating that. So classic example was that, like one toothpaste factory. They had a factory in Kanjurmarg. They declared the closure. So I felt that from the next day you will not see their products in the market. but products continued in the market. So we came to know two things. One is that this management is trying to cut down the strength of the workers, because the basic strength of workers is being on one shop floor. So break down the shop floor into different divisions located far apart.
Right, in remote places.
In remote places. Like
so part of it was also moving out of Bombay, which was a high cost.
High cost. So like Larsen Group,
Hmm.
it had opened some factory in Chanda, some factory other places. Production continued. Workers were left in the lurch. So we, in our this Solidarity Center, we associated with Kamani's Thangappan, and some of us became quite active in that. So that was my main work apart from my job. Like meanwhile, I became faculty in biomedical engineering, because the medical side of biomedical I was trying to provide.
Right.
So I was very much involved in my research, teaching. I wrote a couple of books there in my subject. But when I was doing this all this on my spare time, with IIT job, I was trying to balance it.
Right.
Because evenings, vacations, and leave, etc., I used to utilize in this. Then occurred a major change. Meanwhile, we were not giving much importance to the Dalit movement.
Right.
But one thing occurred that I think it was publication of the book Riddles of Rama and Krishna.
Okay.
Which was published, and its publication was withheld. So Dalits protested in a big way.
Right.
So that I kept in the backdrop of my mind. Now then occurred this, till that time I was not much trying to understand all this Yatra, Rath Yatra, Babri dispute. I was not interested. I thought, society will change, secular society will come up, these stupid problems of
will vanish.
Hindus, they will disappear into thin air. I was proved totally wrong. When 6th December Babri demolition took place, meanwhile 1984 6 riots also took place. That was also horrible, one of the worst carnages in the country. But that disturbed me to a great extent. But I also knew that this is a one-go problem. It's a one-group problem.
Which means?
One go means it has occurred once.
One-off.
One-off. It will not repeat again. That was my understanding about Khalistan movement and this torture against Sikhs, genocide of Sikhs. That somehow I was clear. So that time we used to discuss that also. But Babri demolition was, I thought, a different cup of tea.
Right.
Tea or a poison, whatever you call it. Because this Hindu-Muslim problem can be a sort of a long-going problem. And at that time what I saw, that Jai Shri Ram became a fairly aggressive slogan. Like in my house also, to our parents, mother, Ram Ram, Jai Ram, that used to be common greeting.
Very common, yes.
And Jai Shri Ram came as an aggressive slogan, where Muslims' houses were burnt. So that I could see with my own eyes what is going on in Bombay. That time my wife, Smita, was also very involved in the rehabilitation work. And I also got involved with Ekta. Now this was a turning point in one way. Not in the point of activism, but in the point as to what direction my activism should
take.
Where should I focus my energy?
So you decided to focus on this communal Hindu-Muslim problem specifically.
Correct. And
so what had happened by that? You said the trade union movement had collapsed because factories were moving out of Mumbai, right?
Yeah.
Also that you mentioned Kamani trade union experiment where the workers tried to, or had actually taken over, a workers collective took over the factory. So that too collapsed. What happened there?
Yeah, that too collapsed. Because what happened? Workers began with a very good spirit. but management's spirit was stronger.
Right. They outmaneuvered the workers.
Outmaneuvered them.
Right.
So sometimes that's where I coined a phrase that industrialists have learned more from Marx than the workers.
Right.
And one could see that they will not let any cooperative succeed. They drastically reduce the prices of their products. So
Cooperative obviously collapsed.
But still we kept working on that till 92. And after 92, I said, let me better focus my energies on understanding what is a communalism issue.
Right.
And believe me, Sujeet, that time, because to understand the problem, I thought, okay, so far I have been reading this, that, and the other. Now let's begin writing. So I started writing a book on RSS, because that I realized BJP is just a face and the real problem is RSS. So while writing a small booklet on RSS, which came out as Fascism of Sangh Parivar, I also realized that this fascism of Sangh Parivar or RSS, it's not just targeted against Muslims. Muslims are the most visible target.
Yeah, the first target.
And the other hidden ones are
Who are they?
women's rights, Dalits, Adivasis. These are the hidden targets whose rights they want to reduce.
So, before you proceed on this, I have one question. That your family is a partition family.
Correct.
Right? So, typically, 9 times out of 10, families affected directly by partition. So when they are forced to migrate from, you were obviously in Punjab, right? You were in Punjab.
Yeah.
And now from Punjab, you came to Maharashtra and Amravati, Nagpur in Maharashtra. That is a huge journey that you were forced to make. It's not like your family wanted to move out of Punjab. Chalo, घूम के आते हैं. ऐसा तो नहीं था. That was not the case.
No.
So my question is, that people with that kind of trauma, familial trauma, it may not have been your personal trauma. Maybe you were too young. But people with that kind of trauma usually harbor a lot of...
I could locate an uncle whose whole family was wiped out and all that. But I did not take it personally. And I started seeing the present communities in the proper light. Proper means from a human angle.
Correct.
And I'll tell you one interesting episode. During this time, my school days, one of my dearest friends, of course I say that time, he remains one of the dearest friends all through. He was going to RSS Shaka. It was the time I was in 7th or 8th. So I went to RSS Shaka. He said it is very enjoyable, you play and all that. So after playing and all that, which was quite energetic, after the Shaka, the Pracharak or whosoever was there, he started abusing Gandhi and Nehru.
That's the so-called Baudik, right?
Baudik. Baudiks are separate also and casual also. So casually they started...
Informal Baudik.
Informal. So I took it very seriously. I said, this is not the place for me. How can they say Nehru was wrong or Gandhi was wrong? Because they got us independence and there are so many positive values. After that, I never went to RSS Shaka and I did not have any hatred, because in my school also, there were a couple of Muslim boys who were very thick with me. Actually, somehow my schoolhood was like this, that I was friends to most of the students, classmates, and I had very excellent relations with friends. So there were Muslims also. I could see they are as good or bad as we are.
As anyone else, yes.
So that problem did not arise. So I was talking of 92. I was in IIT. My research was going on good. I had quite a...
By the time you had set up, you were in the biomedical engineering department.
I set up my lab.
You set up your lab. Yeah.
And there were many PhD scholars working under me. So research work was going on very good. Teaching was also going on very good. So as I told you, I could write 2 books on my discipline, biorheology.
Right.
And spare time, then I thought I will write a book on RSS. that fascism of Sangh Parivar. And there I realized that RSS is walking on two legs. RSS is walking on two legs. One is a hatred for minorities, and second is promotion of Manusmriti.
Right, as an alternative to the Ambedkar Constitution.
Ambedkar Constitution and the modern values which our societies we have. So this helped me understand the real mechanics of RSS. So with this, what happened that I thought of continuously writing. That became sort of a passion. So after 96 or 97, I occasionally used to write. And what books I was reading, that time again voraciousness was there. I started building my library on communalism. Communalism and gender, communalism and caste, communalism and minorities. And then meanwhile, after 2000, this issue of terrorism. So I went on building a library. And while reading also, I started writing also. Reading was very intense. And writing, of course, it can't be that deep as professional writers and others are there, but it was satisfying to me. So here two processes started. As I was working, I came first in contact with Uday Mehta, Irfan engineer. So we formed a group called Ekta. We didn't form. Asghar Ali had already formed it.
Right.
But Asghar
Ali engineer, can you say a few words about Asghar Ali? His contribution is very big, I think.
He was a sort of a mentor to me. Not directly.
Was he a historian? Or can we call him
an engineer. He was a municipal engineer.
Really? Okay.
Who worked in Bombay municipality for 20 years.
So it was not just his name, engineer. No, it was actually
a profession. But he started writing extensively on issues related to Islam, Islam and peace, Islam and gender, communalism. So first he was a left-oriented person. Then he started saying that I am a Muslim.
Right.
But believe me, Sujeet, he was a Muslim. I am an atheist. On the issues of communalism, we did not differ a single millimeter.
Right.
So we could gel very well. And he was a senior. I could see his work, profound contribution.
In fact, one of the things I personally learned from Asghar Ali was that being religious and being communal are not the same thing.
Absolutely.
So he used to give the famous example of Gandhi and
Maulana
Azad, yes, who were both religious but not communal.
Correct.
And Sir Syed Ahmad and on this side Savarkar. So Savarkar, who was personally not religious,
semi-atheist, one can say,
didn't seem to believe in anything. And Sir Syed Ahmad, who was also pioneered a kind of communal movement around Muslim identity, but not personally religious. So even Jinnah, for example.
Jinnah is a better example because Jinnah was hardly religious.
In fact, our friend Ishtiaq Ahmed has done extensive work on Jinnah to demonstrate that there was nothing remotely religious about him.
Absolutely. Because there are many stories, I will not go into that. So this journey which I was taking was giving me some sense of fulfillment. Because what happens, as I was part of this group, so I used to get a lot of invitations from colleges, and I became a part of, after Ekta, Asghar Ali founded this Center for Study of Society and Secularism. So I was there right from the beginning. So we in that came up with the idea of having workshops for students, teachers, and general people. And of course, Asghar Ali had a full paraphernalia. Once he accepted the idea, then it was going too well. And that time I had energy. I could speak for the whole day on various aspects of communalism and in an interactive style. I never used to give lectures in that sense. Interactive means asking the people and then going ahead.
A kind of Socratic question-answer thing.
But I could engage the people. Of course, I should not say it about myself, but I could engage the people. Then,
we know you could.
so this journey continued, and I was heavily involved into all this. Then various issues come up. I started writing Facts versus Myth of Hindutva, Facts versus Myth of Christian violence, Facts versus Myth of Kashmir. So that series I started writing for Vikas Adhyan Kendra. That later on got converted into a book, Communal Politics by Sage, which became a fairly big bestseller for first 2 or 3 years. So these two things. Then meanwhile, when I was doing this, the number of invitations for travel became too many. So then
you became a kind of anti-communal star.
Not
you were
star, but
you were getting invited all over the place.
Yeah, people
you were in demand.
Yeah, I did a lot of invitations, and I did not want to turn down them. So initially, I compensated this by taking leaves and all that, but then I thought enough is enough. So I went to accounts department and checked how much. This was in 2002. How much pension I will get if I take voluntary retirement.
Right.
Funny question, because my wife was earning by that time. Children were also earning. We had a house of our own. So I said, why I should continue here, taking leave and all that. So I took a leave for a year, then 6 months. I exhausted my leaves, and then I put in my papers. So some people warned me that if you resign, what will you do? But it happened the other way around. After resignation,
you were more busy.
I was more busy than before. All day traveling, so 3 days a week I used to travel. Not that way, but most of the programs by NGOs, Anhad and Center, they kept me.
What is Anhad? Is that an NGO?
Anhad is a NGO. It was founded by Shabnam Hashmi.
Yes.
So I became very close to this Anhad. So, but two interesting things I will tell about myself.
Yes.
In 2002, after this carnage, Anhad decided to have 7 workshops in Gujarat.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a lot of homework, this, that and the other. So somehow Shabnam decided to choose me and to give me the whole day. So today I am in Adipur, tomorrow I am in Godhra, third day I am in Surat. So 1 full week I was speaking from morning to evening.
So what did you say? What was the content of these workshops? What were you talking about?
First I was beginning with the nature of violence, misconceptions about minorities. This used to be the central point. Temple destruction.
And the audience was largely minorities, or audience was largely...
Initially our audience was mixed.
Mixed.
But you are right. Later on, after 3-4 years, peace was a requirement only for minorities.
Right.
And majority people started disappearing.
For absconding.
So this was one. And second happened in 2006, I think, or 5. Congress party that time decided that we should give tickets for corporation and other to only those who undergo a week's training with our ideology.
With this, okay, under you mean? Your kind of thing?
No. There used to be 1 week program. And 1 day they devoted to me.
Okay.
For communalism. So even now Harshvardhan Sapkal, who is a president of Congress, that time he was the organizer of this. So he made it a point that I come every week. So Nagpur to Sevagram and back, whole day, trying to answer. And generally, question answer session I used to give a lot of focus and full day. Meanwhile, I added a new dimension to these workshops. And that was that, as I told you, writing books or pamphlets became a part of me. So I used to...
Books or pamphlets, or both?
I am calling that booklet. You can call it booklets.
Yeah, okay.
Like 60 page, 80 page.
Right.
Communal harmony, misconceptions about minorities.
Correct.
And then I came up with this idea of comic book, like in our Younger days, we used to read Marx for Beginner, Le Mans for Beginner.
So this was like communalism for dummies, kind of.
Communism for dummies. And in that, because I didn't have any cartoonists, so initially I came out with very diverse type of things, photographs, cartoons, and some relevant things. And Anand published it. It went into multiple editions. It was translated into Gujarati and Telugu. I probably also into Malayalam, I'm not sure. So that plus other books were there. So I was coming out with small books about Kashmir, about later on terrorism was added to that, and apart from that about Gandhi. The third series was, one was booklets, second was comic novels, third was pocket books. Very interesting. Then I was staying in Mada, so that security person used to see that I get so much of mail daily. So he said, साहब आपके पास तो इतना किताबें आता है, कुछ हमको भी दो ना पढ़ने को.
अच्छा, तो दे दिया.
You get so many books, give me some books to write.
Right.
Read. I said, what should I give him? Should I give him Romila Thopper?
No.
Or should I give him Irfan Habib or Asghar Ali Engineer? I said, no, this will not work. So I took up a series, Katha. Gandhi Katha, Ambedkar Katha.
You wrote them?
I wrote them. Small booklets.
In Hindi? In
Hindi and English also. With that, I also came out with a book, Communalism, What is False, What is True, small booklet, costing 5 rupees.
Right.
And all that. So these I used to carry with me wherever I used to go for lectures. Another thing I said, ki these videos are a very good thing. So I produce videos, English and Hindi, DVDs of my lectures. So that was also. So
this was before YouTube.
Before YouTube. YouTube was coming slowly, but I took to YouTube more actively later. But this I produced initially DVDs, CDs, even audio discs I produced. Means my thing was that let me try all the thing. Something will work and all.
Something will work, yes.
So that attitude, I used to go for lectures, and I always used to carry my bag. I became famous for my bag of books and videos and all this. Then anyway, we came out with, then I met Sharad Sharma.
A cartoonist.
Who gave a great shape to that comic novel series.
Right, so, the Katha series or the...
No, Katha series is one. Videos is one. Now this comes as a
Communalism for Dummies.
Communalism, we titled it Beginners.
Communalism
for beginners, terrorism for beginners, social justice for beginners, gender justice for beginners. This all series we planned.
Yeah.
Out of them, communalism, terrorism and Dalit. And Godman for beginners. That is ready, but we didn't have the courage to publish it. So,
okay. So far you have only shown courage. So that's suddenly why it failed.
No, this was actually no publisher was taking it.
No publisher was taking it.
I was trying to search, even now it is alive.
Right.
But now I will have to...
But you self-published a lot also, right?
Yeah, I self-published a
lot.
Like
this Katha was, I believe, self-published.
Self-published. So I self-published a lot. Then this small booklets on different topics, different facets of communalism. That also started coming in. And this is where, that is what kept me busy after my retirement. Till even now, I mean, same thing comes up.
But you have now of course, all this video era is gone. Now you have a very significant presence on YouTube. Right? Some of your videos I have seen goes into like 16 lakhs and 20 lakhs. And that's like 2 million. It's not a small number. So you are clearly finding some resonance in a large number of people.
See, thanks for that. But around 2006, I realized that this YouTube may become an important method. So I got a person to shoot, record my videos. 6 videos in Hindi, 6 in English.
Right.
On the same theme of communalism, misconceptions, freedom movement, minority issues, Kashmir issue. By that time, terrorism has also come. So all this anti-Christian violence, anti-Muslim violence, these I accidentally uploaded. I never looked at it. Already the subscriber went on to 22,000 unconsciously. I never focused on that.
Never made any attempts at.
Yeah. Then one boy came and he told me, "Sir, we'll run it systematically." I said, "Okay, go ahead." So then, incidentally, what happened? I had to be in Hyderabad with my son for 6 months. So that boy was also from Hyderabad. We located a studio. That studio person was very sympathetic to me.
Right.
He was seeing all this. So he gave us a studio. So daily we used to shoot misconceptions against minorities, freedom movement. Again we repeated the cycle. And they started picking up. Soon subscriber went on to 1 lakh, 5 lakhs. Now currently it is 9 point something lakhs. So that became an important source. So incidentally, then what happened? Other channels also started calling.
Right. In fact, one of your most engaging YouTube interventions is the one you have with Mukesh Kumar of Satya Hindi, where you have very in-depth discussions on all these issues.
So I kept trying for this.
And that too has great following.
Yeah.
So it's not that because it's in-depth, fewer people are watching. That's not the case.
So see what happened. Mukesh Kumar once called me because I had sent my book, Religious Nationalism and Violence. He called me. We discussed. So then we came to the idea of making a series on history.
Right, right.
He said, "We will interview you." I said, "Why one interview? Let's have a whole series around that book." He liked the idea. And then that time, that it was COVID time also. So I had all the time. So every alternate day, one video. Now it is, I think, gone into 120 or 130 videos.
Yeah. And they're all doing massive. They all have massive number of views.
Yeah.
So
this is where my journey continues. And I now can see that doing so much means I had honestly devoted all my time to it. Apart from family issues and all that, I devoted total time to it. But still, there is some lack of satisfaction.
Which is what I was going to ask you, that, despite all your efforts and all the success you have had, by success I mean the number of views and engagement, the problem still remains. The problem of communalism, prejudice against minorities, and it seems to be increasing.
You're right.
So, when you introspect, because let's say the working class movement, which you were involved in first, that collapsed for reasons beyond anyone's control. That's just the way history moved, the capital moved.
Yeah.
But on this question of communal prejudice, your efforts have been nothing short of heroic, as far as I can see. And it's not like 20 people are watching your talks, millions of people are watching your talks. And yet, there seems to be no
impact.
I'm sure there is an impact, but the problem seems to be getting worse.
Yeah.
So where are we? Where is this going wrong? What do you?
Two things. Those who are producing the problem, their energy and resources have grown up in last 100 years multiple times.
Right.
Secondly, one of our close friends said that you are spreading the seeds, but not nurturing them.
Oh, okay. So
got it.
You're sort of throwing seeds around, but you're not
nurturing them.
You're not fertilizing them and pouring water on them.
Correct. So some seeds survive, others die.
Right.
That is one. So these two ways, like we acted as a sort of with a particular determination, doing all this, but sustaining mechanism we could not develop. At least that is my Biggest
Let's hear.
failure. We tried to do it in the form of forming All India Secular Forum. But again, unless you yourself commit to that type of a path, others don't take it. The beginning has to be with you. Somehow I got so much involved in writing, traveling, reading, that this nurturing part.
So what would nurturing look like? What would
Nurturing
concretely
look like,
what is nurturing?
Like today there is a workshop.
Hmm.
You have talked. Out of that, you identify 10, 15 people, 5 people.
Who are bright sparks.
Bright sparks or who are more committed. And have a follow-up work with them.
Okay.
Try to get them involved in
that's
some
a whole different ball game.
Whole different ballgame, which we did not do.
Which you did not do.
Or that is the biggest failure. So despite all of course, I also concede that I have devoted a lot of energy in multifarious
Tremendous. That is
but
obvious.
Failure lies there. But now I am seeing a ray of hope.
Right. Now that's what I wanted to.
Yeah.
Where is the hope?
Hope is here that a group in Pune called Lokayat has floated an organization, not group, called Samvidhan Jagar Abhiyan. Awareness about Constitution. There are many groups like that. But this group is unique.
In what way?
Unique in this way that it does not stop at taking a workshop, does not stop at publishing a book. One example I'll give you. What they do in a consistent manner. They, for example, 26th January, I'll give you a concrete example what happened.
Yes.
3 months before 26th January, they started planning for it. Plan number 1, that we'll go to the headmasters of various schools. Tell them that we want to propagate Constitution's values, preamble, through your teachers and students. You talk to 50 principals or headmasters, 5 of them agree. Out of those 5 who agree, those teachers you call them, 100 teachers come, out of them 50 agree. They talk to their students that on 26th January we'll celebrate the birthday of our Constitution.
Right.
So what does birthday mean? Have some sweet. So you take some sugar with you. Okay. Give them some sugar as a birthday gift. And then explain to them that our Constitution means this.
Right.
Give them a leaflet. What does Constitution mean for women, Adivasis, minorities, workers? And that, from those, you try to develop further programs of some evening meeting and follow-up. So here the best thing which is there is a process of follow-up. Fortunately, what has happened that this Lokayat group, which I am very praised of, they have a lot of activists. One central figure is there. But they have cultivated many of the people who are seriously committed to it. Committed means what? They follow Siddharth model. Siddharth model, what is that?
What is that?
That you are self-sustaining. Foreign funds don't have to be given to you.
Correct.
You are on a job. Or if one odd person who is not on a job, others contribute to him. And you focus on the work. Create your own ideas. So there is a group of some 34. When I used to go to their, even I used to go for and conduct their workshops.
Right.
Years ago. Now they are all very mature, and they could sustain because they meet every week, discuss the same thing.
Right.
जुगाली जिसको बोलते हैं ना.
Follow up है.
Follow up है. So there are 30-40 activists. They meet. They say, what else is to be done?
Right.
And the latest thing which I heard, very simple, create T-shirts.
Understood.
With Savitribai Phule, Jyotirao Phule, Mahatma Gandhi, Bhagat Singh. I'm just giving one example.
That's
so and then poetry. Write small booklets, small leaflet. There is Jyotirao Phule's centenary. You come out with a leaflet, and don't just talk in the hall. Go to people's house. Explain to them what Jyotirao did for Dalits and
So, is there a caste angle? Are these people lower caste people? Or because at one point you mentioned that there is hope. Now we are on the subject of hope. Is there hope from a combination or a coming together of anti-caste and anti-communal forces? And do you
yes.
see something like that happening?
See, most of these activists
Hmm.
are like us,
Meaning middle class
middle
people,
class, IT job,
hmm,
lecturer, professor.
not necessarily coming from
But
backward caste.
backward caste people have a special place. They also come to it. Women,
Right.
good number of women are also there.
Correct.
So, and they have adopted a training module also. Means it's a multi-layered effort.
That's quite significantly different from what has been
Correct.
done so far.
Correct. So there is a workshop, there is a publication, and there is an effort to reach it to the people. Then there are cultural programs like Maharashtra Warkari tradition is there. So they play Warkari programs and attract people from that also.
Right. Right.
So I am seeing some hope in that.
Something.
And secondly, of course, uh, top many people in the country now are quite dejected. What can you do? Till this government is there, and this government will not go because now they have made a structural place. There is a EVM machine, there is a structural SIR. So now government is choosing who should vote for them. It is not voters who are choosing the government.
Right.
It is government which is choosing the voters.
Correct.
And they will choose only those who are their pro
supporters. Yeah.
So in that situation, again the problem has become more complicated.
But you still see hope.
If people like Samvidhan Jagar Abhiyan, if they can keep on going with full steam despite electoral debacles, then I see the hope. It may be difficult.
So, Dr. Puniyani, one of the formative influences in your life, as far as I know, is your deep involvement with Hindi literature, writers like Premchand and others. That probably also shaped your worldview. So, in conclusion to this discussion, can you share some piece of poetry, either from that era or from a later era in Hindi, which gives a message of hope?
Yeah, thanks, Sujeet. Poetry has not been my area, but still, I recited one poem by Javed Akhtar Saab.
Right.
And that was more relevant to my area of work. It was like this. एक हमारी और एक उनकी मुल्क में है आवाज़ें दो अब तुम पर है कौन सी तुम आवाज़ सुनो तुम क्या मानो हम कहते हैं इंसानों में इंसानों सा प्यार रहे हम कहते हैं इंसानों में इंसानों सा प्यार रहे वो कहते हैं हाथों में त्रिशूल रहे तलवार रहे हम कहते हैं बेघर बेदर लोगों को आबाद करो हम कहते हैं बेघर बेदर लोगों को आबाद करो वो कहते हैं भूले बिसरे मंदिर मस्जिद याद करो अब तुम पर है कौन सी तुम आवाज सुनो तुम क्या मानो
On that wonderful note, Dr. Ram Puniyani, thank you so much for this illuminating discussion.
Thank you very much.